Okay, for this problem we are asked to use intercepts to graph the equation. Okay, so first we should probably talk about intercepts and what they are. Okay, so anytime you have a graph, any kind of graph, doesn't really matter what it looks like. Okay, this is known as a parabola, okay, the one that I just drew here. Let's not get confused. This is not the same graph as this one here, okay? This is just for example. All right, notice that this graph crosses the x-axis here and here. Those points are known as x-intercepts. Okay, and notice x-intercepts are points where the x value could be some number, but the y value has to be 0. Right? The y value has to be 0 because it doesn't have any height to it. It doesn't go up or down any. It's right on that horizontal axis. Okay, so x-intercepts something, comma, 0. The y value is always 0. We're going to use that fact in a moment. Okay, so x-intercept, write that up here so I can move it out the way, is something, comma, 0, where the y is 0. Okay, notice this point here. That would be my y-intercept. And let's notice that point there. The x value has to be 0. The y value can be anything. Okay? No matter where this point is located. Let's say we had another graph looks, I don't know, something like that, right? And it crosses here. Okay? The x value is still going to be 0 no matter what. Okay? The y value can change. The x value has to be 0. Okay, so I'm going to write that up here. Now let me move all this out the way so I can actually answer this particular question. Okay, so to graph the equation using the intercepts, first of all, we have to make an assumption here. This is going to be a straight line. I can tell that because I have an x and a y, and the exponents are 1s. Okay, we're just going to deal with that for now. That's going to be the case most of the time. If we're dealing with intercepts, that's how it's going to work. Okay, we'll get to some sections later on where that's not the case, but by then we'll address how you can determine what the graph looks like. Okay, so this is going to be a straight line. Okay, to find the x-intercept, we have to plug in 0 for y. We're going to substitute in 0 for y. Okay, so I plug in 0 for y in the equation. 9 times 0 is 0, so I'm just going to scratch that out. That gives me 5x equals 45. Divide both sides by 5, x equals 9. So there we go, x equals 9. Let me plot that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is my x-intercept. Let's find the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is when x is 0. Okay, so 5 times 0 minus 9 times y equals 45. 5 times 0 cancels out. That's negative 9y equals 45. Dividing both sides by negative 9, I have y is equal to negative 5. 45 divided by negative 9 is negative 5. So my y-intercept is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and since I know this is a straight line, and I know the x-intercept and the y-intercept, I can draw a line, straight line that passes through both of those points. I can attempt to draw a straight line. Okay, not the worst line I've ever drawn. But okay, we use the intercepts to graph the equation.